METAMORPHOSES by Ovid. Book 14. Scylla and Glaucus continued. And now the Euboean merman through the main that held his heart, had left behind Aetna heaped high upon the giant's throat, the Cyclops fields that never knew the use of plough or harrow, nor owed any debt to teams of oxen. Zancli too behind, and Rhegium's facing bastions in the strait, the ship-destroying strait, whose twin shores hem the bounds of Italy and Sicily. Then on he swam with mighty strokes across the Tyrrhenian sea, and reached the herb-clad hills and magic halls of Circe, the sun's child, crowded with phantom beasts. He met her then, and mutual greetings given. "Goddess," he said, "have pity on a god, I beg of you. For you alone can ease this love of mine, if only I am worthy. No one knows better than I the power of herbs, for I was changed by herbs, and I would have you learn my passion's cause. On the Italian coast, facing Messina's battlements, I saw Scylla. I blush to tell my wooing words, my promises, my prayers. She scorned them all. But you, let now your magic lips, if spells have aught of sovereignty, pronounce a spell. Or if your herbs have surer power, let herbs of proven virtue do their work and win. I crave no cure, nor want my wounds made well. Pain need not pass, but make her share my hell. But Circe, never heart more sensitive than hers to love's assault, whether the trait was in herself or Venus, might perhaps in anger at her father's gossiping have made her so, said, "You would better woo one who is willing, wants the same as you, is caught by love no less. You should be wooed. How well you could have been. And if you give some hope, believe me, wooed you well shall be. Trust in those looks of yours, be bold and brave. See I, the daughter of the shining sun, a goddess who possessed the magic powers of spell and herb. I, Circe, pray that I be yours. Spurn her who spurns you, welcome one who wants you. By one act requite us both." But Glaucus answered, "Sooner shall green leaves grow in the sea, or seaweed on the hills, than I shall change my love while Scylla lives." Rage filled the goddess's heart. She had no power nor wish to wound him, for she loved him well, so turned her anger on the girl he chose. In fury at his scorn, she ground together her ill-famed herbs, her herbs of ghastly juice, and as she ground them, sang her demon spells. Then in a robe of deepest blue went forth out of her palace, through the fawning throng of beasts, to Rhegium that looks across to Zancli's cliffs. Over the raging waves she passed as if she stepped on solid ground, and skimmed dry-shod the surface of the sea. There was a little bay, bent like a bow, a place of peace, where Scylla loved to laze, her refuge from the rage of sea and sky, when in mid-heaven the sun with strongest power shone from his zenith, and the shade lay least. Against her coming, Circe had defiled this quiet bay with her deforming drugs, and after them had sprinkled essences of noxious roots. Then with her witch's lips had muttered thrice 9 times a baffling maze of magic incantations. Scylla came and waded in waist deep, when round her loins she saw foul, monstrous, barking beasts. At first, not dreaming they were part of her, she fled and thrust in fear the bullying brutes away. But what she feared and fled she fetched along, and looking for her thighs, her legs, her feet, found gaping jaws instead, like hell's vile hound. Poised on a pack of beasts, no legs, below her midriff dogs ringed in a raging row. Glaucus, her lover, wept and fled the embrace of Circe, who had used too cruelly the power of her magic. Scylla stayed there where she was, when the first chance came to vent her rage and hate on Circe, robbed Ulysses of his comrades. Later, too, she would have sunk the Trojan galleons, had she not been transformed before they came into a reef whose rocks rise up today, and sailors shun her still and steer away.